My name is Jerome, welcome to POWERBAT. All the footage you're about to see is raw and not edited. Hi guys, welcome to POWERBAT. Today I'm going to give you an introduction to POWERBAT, what it is and how effective it is and why I think you should be using it. Now, I'm not going to stand here and give you some corny sales speech on, what's so great about POWERBAT, because at the end of the day, you guys want something real. So I'm going to share with you my experience since jumping on board with POWERBAT and the benefits that I've seen in my game. Alright, so off the bat, the first time I heard about this product was in an advert somewhere, and I didn't really take notice. I just kind of, gave it a blind eye, and it popped up again in a shop. I saw a banner, right? And again, I didn't really notice it, and then the third time I went, to a shop again, I saw it, and what I did notice was the curve in the handle, right? Because when I heard the name POWERBAT, I thought, obviously, this is some sort of gimmick. Like you see a lot of them in the cricket world, these little gimmicks that come and go, and they're not really effective. So, yeah, when I saw the curve in the handle, right, I was busy doing something, and I did notice it subconsciously, but it didn't really hit me until, I was driving on the highway one day, and the curve of the handle, that hit me. And I remember back in my day when I used to study, I did a sports and exercise science degree at Bond University, and one of the topics we covered in a course called performance analysis in elite sport was different sports and the evolution and where they think it could be heading, right? And we had different students do like presentations on different sports and stuff, and I remember a guy coming up and doing a presentation on cricket bats. And I mean, myself as a cricketer, back then I was a budding cricketer, and what hit me was, okay, T20 was still relatively new on the scene, and evolving. Like, they compared cricket to baseball a lot. Okay, so the evolution of power hitting was a big topic, and with bats, they did say, the possibilities of modifications in order to hit the ball further, as cricket was starting to become, from the traditional side of things, the traditional side, it's still a traditional sport, but the new formats that were being played, it was starting to evolve into more of a commercial entertainment package, right? So they did mention, the modifications in bats and handles and stuff like that. And one topic covered was the leverage in the bat. And, I did sit and I heard the presentation, but it didn't really, move me, because back then T20 cricket was still finding its feet. Moving a few years forward into the present day where we are now, you got guys that come out and being able to hit consistently is it's expected. That's why a lot of players get paid the big bucks, because they're expected to hit big sixes, entertain fans, and bring in big crowds. And what's expected of them is to perform on a consistent basis. And with that being said, a lot of players these days, in this day and age, what they will do is look for the slightest percentage that's going to give them an advantage. So they're going to look for little 1%ers, and what that does is, give them a one-up against the player that they're competing with. Because what's happened is we're in a commercial world now where, a 1 or 2%er could be the difference between you and the next guy competing for the same contract, right? So, yeah, as a player, as a professional player, I saw this concept years ago, and nothing happened, and now in this present day, I was driving, and it hit me, and I just thought, wow, that was a few years ago, so that was really in the making. So I got in contact with POWERBAT out of curiosity, and I thought, well, the theory that was spoken about it, I wonder if this is actually the real deal. Because with me, I'm already a big hitter, and I kind of felt like, look, it's going to have to be something significant for me to even feel in my game, right? So out of curiosity, I mean, we had a Christmas break that just went and a break from cricket. I wasn't playing anything professionally, I was just playing club. And during the Christmas break, I thought, you know what, I might experiment and try on this POWERBAT. And what happened, I got in touch with the team at POWERBAT, and the guys did tell me, they said, look, the first time you use it, it's going to feel really weird. It's like driving a car, okay? If you drive a Holden and you switch to a BMW, right? It's a massive difference. I mean, or even a Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever, like a supercar, like you're going to feel a massive difference, and it takes a little bit of time for your body to adjust. So in the same sense, I was told, look, just give it a couple of hits and you'll feel your body adjust to it. And that's what I did. I mean, the first time I hit balls with a POWERBAT, I did feel that, there was extra leverage I was getting, and on my downswing, I felt a much better whip. Like it was as you pick your bat up and you're in your swing, like the bat lift was the same. There wasn't any difference, but as there was separation from my hands and body, and once I started on my downswing, I felt a real whip, and it was like an accelerated force, which I didn't get with a normal bat. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.